Hey guys, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. And I don't know what it'll be like today. I think the audio will be pretty ordinary because my Pro Audio is away getting fixed at the moment. So I'm just relying on the camera's audio, and that's a long way away. And it doesn't have the wind protection that my Pro Audio has. So I'm going to have to really shout and work against the wind today. Okay guys, I wanted to get out today no matter what because I wanted to get across some very important stuff. A couple of people have asked me about how to start the downswing. What's the best way to start the downswing in channel lock to get the club back in the channel? Guys, I do it this way. When you've taken the club to the top of the swing, do nothing else but just tilt your lead shoulder up. Do nothing else but tilt the lead shoulder up. Watch what happens side on when I do that. Just take the club to the top of the swing, tilt the lead shoulder up. Drops the club back in the channel. And I promise you guys, once you've done that, once you've just done that, just that little thing, you can go as hard as you like in any manner or form to get that golf club back to the ball. And unless you do something drastic, like after you've turned that shoulder up, unless you drive the trail shoulder out and you completely spin out, you can get that golf club going as early as you like in the downswing, and you're going to be into out. Now what I do, guys, and what I've done my whole life, is that I've always been an early releaser of the golf club. In that I always throw the club from the top of the swing. Here. Why do I want to do that? Because for me, it squares the club up coming into impact. I never come in with an open club face. It just gets the club releasing. And I always want to feel like I'm throwing the club past my lead forearm. Just letting the wrist hinge past the lead forearm. What do I want to do that for? Because that's the only high-speed hinge in the body, the wrists, guys. And you've got to use them. Two of the longest hitters on the tour, forever on the US tour, are Vijay Singh and Freddie Cummins. They release the club like that. Down the line, Freddie looks like this. Vijay looks like that. They're brutally long, brutally straight. Jack Nicklaus and Tom Watson told me personally in 1986 that from the top of the swing, they feel like they do that. They feel like they do that, and they try to do that because the swing has started from the ground up. And once you start the swing from the ground up, you can fire the club as hard as you like. Now clearly with Jack used to do that, so he started his downswing. Tom was the same. Tom lifted his lead heel, he got it back down so that they could do that. We don't do that. If you lift your left heel, that's fine. All I try and do to get started from the ground up in the channel lock swing is I force my weight into my feet. That's as good as having something like that or something, other triggering the downswing. All I do is I push my weight into the ground. That's my start. And once I've done that, guys, I just get the golf club firing. I call it a flap release. It's a flip, guys. It's a flip. Big Steve Walters was talking about it today. I saw his video today, and Steve was talking about a flip. But guys, this is what I call a cultured flip. It's not an uncultured sort of throwaway flip. It's a flip that you can actually fire the golf club really hard, get it back to the ball and get great contact and great speed. Now you can get that because you're stable at impact. You're not rolling, you're not driving. Guys, I saw something the other day, like at home. I've got a little bird in a cage, a little budgerigar, and it's only a small cage, and I wouldn't have him in there, but it's my wife's bird. I just can't stand to see little birds or any birds in small cages, but it's a domesticated bird. But what he does on occasions is he puts his his claws around the perch, and he just flaps his wings, 1,000 miles an hour, just to keep them in good shape, which is essentially what he does when he flies. You watch a bird fly, and if you've seen that close-up photography side on the birds, their wings are going like that, their body doesn't move. They don't do that with their body, do they? They do that. Quiet body, active wings. That's what we want in the channel lock swing. We want a quiet body, and if these are our wings, we want active wings. We don't want our bodies. We want the body quiet and the wings just flapping independently of the body. Now, if we can get what I call a wing flap going in here, you're going to get tremendous speed, and you're going to get fantastic release of the golf club. Guys, I haven't hit a shot today. Watch this. Now, my swing thought from the top of the swing is that. It's that. I just drop it. I drop the club, but as I drop it gradually, I get that club head going. It's like a drop toss. I'm dropping the arms, but I'm tossing the club head at the same time. So if anybody thinks that in their mind that conjures up using the hands from the top of the swing, there is that. There is that element of it. But it's essentially, it's a drop and then a throw. And I'll just have to hit the ball this way, guys, because there's a guy come up there. I've never seen anyone there, and he's just picking stuff up right there, right where I was going to hit it. So I'll have to hit it this way. But this is what I'm doing. You watch this. I get to the top of the swing, and I'm just going to throw it as hard as I can. Now, guys, that's the first hit of the day, and that is Blitz City. Absolute hammer time. I've never seen anyone there. That's why I come over here in the cow paddock. I've never seen anyone right there. He's right on the line. Never seen that before. That's why I come over here. But Murphy's Law, guys, isn't it? It's Murphy's Law. It can happen, it will happen. And, the grass over here is feet deep. Okay, guys, so to go over that again, once I get to the top here, I do drop, but I just fire the club at the same time. I actually feel like I'm firing the club, trying to get it past my hands here. Now, guys, the secret of firing the flip, and getting the flip to work for you, is keeping this lead hand as a buttress when you come in to hit the ball. That's what you've got to do. You've got to buttress up with that lead hand. What I mean, it's very much Da Vinci Code. When we come in here, this stops. That stops, and the hand does that. There. That's what you've got to feel. Here. You don't want to be flipping and taking the hands forward, because you can't release the club past your hands at impact. You'll be like that, and you'll be shoving it and holding it off. That guy's gone. So, guys, from the top of the swing, I do that, but then I want the hands to basically stop as a feeling, so I can get this club head whipping past my hands. It's a cultivated throw. It's a flip that's gone to college. It's got a college degree. It's not just your normal run-of-the-mill, over the top, wham bam, thank you ma'am, throw away. It's not that. This is a cultivated college degree flip. And I've got to tell you guys, when my striking goes off, it's invariably because I lose that releasing of the club head, the throwaway. I lose that, and I tend to just negate it a little bit and not be as aggressive as I need to be. Watch how hard I release this, but I'm just dropping it from the top. Well, lucky that guy moved. That would have landed right on his head, and that would have landed right on his head. That's exactly where he was working. Guys, that's like second hit of the day. And I got to tell you, when my striking goes off, it's because that happens. It really is because that happens. I lose that acceleration, and I lose that stability of the hand or the forearm at impact. At the end of the day, guys, every shot we hit, we've got to release the golf club. So when I'm firing it here, I'm firing thumb down, whoa, like that, and into out, into out, into out. You've got to swing into out harder than you think it's possible to do in order to get just enough. This is great. There's a cow here, she's got a new baby. Just a tiny little calf just along behind her. Beautiful little thing, only tiny. It only looks like a few hours old. Wow. It's a little bull. Wow. I wish I could turn the camera around. Wonderful little cow. Okay guys, so the message is, once we've taken it to here, we drop it but we toss it at the same time. It's a drop toss. It's here, drop toss, drop toss. I'm trying to get the club past my hands by the time I get it to here. That's my intention. I don't do that, but that's what I want to do. Talking up like this, I sound like one of those infomercial guys. But if I don't talk up, you won't hear me because the camera's over there. I've normally got my wireless mic on. So guys, if I want to really bust the ball, I just fire it so hard from the top. After I've dropped it, the initial action is that I drop and then I throw. And then I really get going. It's a drop and then a throw. Now the point I say, and again it can be misconstrued in terms of what the intention of the message is. But when I've said I just drop it on the downswing, I do drop it, but then I accelerate it. I don't just drop it because I'd have no speed. You can't just drop it, guys, because there's no speed there. You've got to drop it and then accelerate. And I accelerate the head, and I try and accelerate the head past my forearm with the wrists. So windy, I don't know what the mic will be like. I've just put a jury-rigged little fur cover on the microphone here, but it may not work because it's very windy. I hope it does. So watch this guy. Wow, for Craig Guthrie, that's a wow, 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 Craig. I could do this every day. I come out now, guys, because I've got my protocol down perfectly. And guys, see now I've got the feet down trapped. I don't have to lift my feet anymore. Just don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to lift my feet. I've got that trapped. And the reason I've got that trapped is from the first point, start of the downswing, is that I force my feet into the ground, so that trail heel goes into the ground. But I'm whipping that, guys. The good thing is when you fire it like that, you're always closing the club face down. You'll never come in with an open club face when you flip release it like that. You just won't. But you've got to flip release it into out. You flip release it down the line, it's going to go over here. From the back ball position. Okay, see if I can fly it past that tree where that guy was standing. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this, Craig. This is a double whack. Well, I got to tell you, that's a news flash. That is the best shot that I've ever hit since I've been on Channel Lock. Every day I improve. And a lot of people, it drives them nuts. I say, that's the best shot I've ever hit on Channel Lock. Well, it is. You know why? Because I'm improving, guys. I'm improving every day. I want to improve. Tell you what I want to improve. I want to improve the grass here. If someone could just cut this, please. Any of the guys here see this? Come over and mow this for JH. The cows are not chewing it down. Well, they're in the other paddock. But guys, that is so much acceleration on the shot. Watch this. I'll absolutely pump this. I'll try and do that. See, my feet never come up now, guys. They just never come up. Now, what is really important, what is really important is that once you drop, that you get that throw going, but it's a very soft throw in the initial part of the drop. You don't throw it hard like that. You just get it going and then you accelerate. Don't go from the top, because that can just point you outside the channel. You've got to let it drop in the channel first. Watch this. I'll rip this up past that tree. Got 5 iron here, guys. Wow. 5 o'clock nose. Guys, I've completely lost all the movement on the ball. I don't have any movement on the ball. Essentially, they're all dead straight golf shots. And the wind is ripping across here left to right, blowing into the camera. It'll probably be awful audio. Don't get my good audio back till next week. Watch this. Soft drop. Like that. See guys, there's 5 iron gone 3 iron distance, and I promise you that's 3 iron distance. You know why? Because, you know why? Because that's just an inordinate amount of acceleration of the club head at impact. I'm not holding it back, I'm just letting it go. And I'm trying to feel like the club is just shutting down like that through the ball. It's not, but that's what I feel. The more I can get that, the squarer I hit it. Okay guys, they're just a couple of things, but really important. This is the flip release introduced against a buttressing lead, against a buttressing lead hand. Just hit a couple of shots like this to get the feel. Grip a club down, get in here. Just hit a couple like that. You wouldn't believe how far that's gone. And look, the club's completely released, guys, look. Completely released. If I turn around, that's where I was at address. It's exactly where I was at address. Okay guys, there's some points and I think they're really important. Okay, I've got some other things I want to talk about today, so I'll do some more videos. But I hope the camera's picking up the audio. I'll just hit one more. Try and hit it up to the back fence. It's about hybrid distance. It's about hybrid distance, about 215 to the back fence. There, guys. That's about 205 carry, 5 iron, 205 metres. But I'm hammering. That is Hammer City. If you can't see that I'm hammering that, then there's something wrong with the video. Because I'm giving that, as we say in Australia, we're giving that the welly, the Wellington boot. I mean that's just, and that's a news flash. That's the best shot that I've hit since I've been on Channel Lock. Absolutely. Never hit a 5 iron that far. Wow. 5 iron for me normally is about 175, 178 carry. I can hit it at 185. Don't try, but that was about 205. But there was a lot on that, guys. That's like 10 mile an hour up on my speed because I'm really thinking about it today. Watch this. That's the best shot that I've ever hit in my life, ever. Oh my God. Oh, that is the best golf shot I've ever hit. That just felt like the golf ball was gone through the face and out the back. That's gone as far as my hybrid. I'm giving myself a little bit of time from the top, just to throw. Just here, just a little soft drop, a little soft toss, drop toss, drop toss. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay guys, I'm going to go and have to have a couple of tablets here and calm down. That was just unbelievable. I'll come back and I'll talk about the short game.